Do you ever feel that your realtor is speaking in a completely different language? We have terms like an APS, an NOF, a BRA, a CMA. These terms get thrown around all the time, and you're just kind of nodding your head, hoping it will all make sense a little bit later. Let's make it make sense. You're not alone, and you're in the right place. Every industry has its own language and terminology. I'm going to be breaking down the most common real estate terms in plain English so you can move forward with confidence and understand what we are talking about. No jargon, no fluff, just straight talk on real estate. Buying and selling a home can feel like learning a whole new language. What's a conditional offer? What does it mean when the home is under contract? And these are things that we talk about all the time. And what are all these acronyms we're talking about? Whether you're buying your first home or selling your third home, you'll know exactly what's going on. The first thing we're talking about are the common buying terms that we use on a daily basis. First is the pre-approval versus the pre-qualification. So when we're talking about a pre-qualification, it's basically a quick estimate of how much you can afford. And these are sometimes found in these online calculators. You put in your total income, total expenses, and it gives you a rough estimate of what you can buy. The pre-approval is a deeper look into your actual finances. It's a stronger, and it shows the sellers that you're more serious. This is when you're going to be sitting down with your mortgage broker and they're going to ask you for a ton of documentation. We're talking T4s, notice of assessments from CRA, letters of employment, bank statements, etc. So make sure that you have all of these papers ready because the mortgage broker will need that to give you a pre-approval. Number two is the APS, the offer, conditional offer, a firm offer. This is something that you're going to hear all the time. So an offer is an actual agreement of purchase and sale, is basically your proposal to buy the property you are interested in. A conditional offer means it's only valid if certain things happen. So we put conditions in there like a home inspection, finance, insurance. If you're on septic and well, we're going to put those conditions in there as well. A firm offer is an offer with no conditions whatsoever. You're putting an offer, it's locked in, there are no conditions. If the sellers accept that offer, it's a done deal. You've just bought yourself a house. Number three is the deposit versus the down payment. So a deposit is when you put money down with your offer. If they accept your offer, that money is exchanged. It basically shows good faith that you are serious, you want to buy this property. Your down payment is the portion of the home's price you're paying upfront, and then the rest comes from your mortgage. And this is when you're putting down a certain amount for your deposit, and the balance of the purchase price comes with your actual mortgage. Number four are the closing costs. These are extra costs at the end, the legal fees, the land transfer tax, title insurance, and more. Usually we tell people to plan roughly for 1.5 to 4% of the home price to cover those closing costs. Number five is title insurance and title search. A title search ensures that the home actually belongs to the seller. They also want to make sure that there is no liens on the property. The title is going to be free and clear when you take possession on your closing date. The other thing is the title insurance. A lot of lawyers will be talking to you about title insurance, and this protects you from any legal issues tied to the property's ownership. Another thing that we talk about is an amendment. So sometimes what happens is that we get an accepted offer, but later on we want to change something. We want to maybe extend the conditions or change a closing date or add a buyer, remove a seller. These are all things that sometimes happens after the accepted offer has been completed. So as long as both parties agree to this change, this is when we do an actual amendment. I'm also going to be linking a video about the red flags of buying a property. So make sure you watch this video as well. It has a lot of great information in there. In the second part, we are talking about seller terms. So number one is the listing agreement. This is the contract between you and your real estate agent. It gives them permission to sell your property. This is where we're talking about the commencement of your listing agreement, the end, the price, the commission, all the details relating to the sale of your home are in this listing agreement. Number two is a CMA. Probably heard that many times, is what we call a comparative market analysis. So this basically is your realtor is going to be doing some research on recent sales, the competition, what's on the market right now, and what's expired, other listings that have expired, to come up with a estimated sale price of your home. Number three is staging. We talk about staging all the time. So basically what it means is that we're preparing your house to go on the market to make sure that it looks best for all the showings and all the potential buyers that are coming through your home. It's always a good idea to make a great first impression, and this is why staging is so important when you're selling your home. Number four is the days on market. So this basically tells you how long the home has been listed. So sometimes when people are looking at homes, if they see a house that's been on the market for a very long time, it could mean that either the house is overpriced or there's some issues with the property itself, but it is basically just a gauge to find out how long the house has been listed. Number five is a conditional sale or a house under contract. Both of these means that the seller has accepted an offer, but it's not a done deal yet. There are conditions that need to be met by the buyer. So sometimes they'll need some time to do their inspection, get their financing in order, just to make sure that everything is ready to go. And once everything has been fulfilled, they will write that notice of fulfillment to basically firm up the deal. Next, we go on to what we call the NOF, a notice of fulfillment of conditions. So this is basically the paperwork that confirms that the buyers are removing all of their conditions, and it means that your house is now officially sold. I also want to bring your attention to this video here that is talking about the first-time home sellers, all the things that no one talks about. So the link is going to be right here. Make sure you check it out. We go into more details about selling your home. The third part we're talking about are general terms about real estate that you're going to be hearing a lot. MLS, we all hear about it all the time, the multiple listing service. This is the database of where all the homes for sale are listed. It's basically what you see on Realtor.ca. Another term is an appraisal. This is an unbiased estimate of the home's value, often done for the lenders to make sure that the purchase price makes sense. The lenders want to make sure they are protected in case you default on your mortgage. We all heard about this one, home inspection. This is what happens when a buyer puts an offer on your house. They will do a home inspection. This is a professional that will check your house for issues. They'll go through plumbing, electrical, roof, foundation, and everything about the house from top to bottom. It really helps avoid any surprises for the buyers. Number four is the trust account. So this is a third party that holds your money safely until the paperwork is completely done and the deal closes. This could be at the lawyer's office, and it could also be where your deposit goes when you have an accepted offer, and it usually is payable to the real estate brokerage. And number five is the closing date or the possession date. Both the same. This is the day that the ownership of the property officially transfers over from the seller to the new buyer. You get the keys, they get the money, it's a done deal, it's time to celebrate. The real estate process is full of moving parts, but once you understand the language, it gets a lot less intimidating. And that is why we always recommend to sit down with a realtor, go through the process of buying and selling, because it'll just make your life so much easier and so much smoother when you're going through that transaction. Now you're equipped to walk into a deal and understand what everybody is talking about. If you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and hit the bell for more real estate tips made easy. But in the meantime, if you have any questions about the real estate process, buying a house, selling a house, investing in a home, make sure to give me a quick call, or you can always email me at jeanricher@jeanricher.com. Merci beaucoup et bonne journée.